So this one's a little offshoot, but I am super grateful for the universe communicating. Um, so such a cool story. Let me share the phone number first. So here's the number: 928 212 2011. Starting back on December 15th. And I counted, and it actually called me a total of 22 times. Of course it did. I had a feeling it was like 20, and I was like, I'm gonna count and see how many. 22, of course. So, of course, the number caught my attention because the universe talks to us. So I was trying to figure out what on earth it was trying to tell me. Things did, get pretty heated between my dad and I the 21st and 22nd of December. And my parents' area code is 928. So I thought maybe that's what it was telling me. And learning how to set boundaries, which did not happen because narcissists do not know how to abide by boundaries. And that led to me kicking my dad out on Christmas. But the number kept calling me. So I knew whatever the message was, I had not received it yet. Like, well, that sure does look like a date. But what on earth would be in 2011? February 12th. So I tried to look in my phone and my calendars. My Google Calendar did not go back to 2011. Back then, I had those like paper, those memo books that were calendars. It used to be a gift for my parents each year, because I like to write down in them what I did that day. I realize now this is probably a trauma response, but that's okay, because when you don't have memories because of trauma, you write things down so that you don't forget, because you're worried you're going to forget because you don't have memories. And back then, that was 2011 was the year I got married to Dave. So we got married at the courthouse on May 31st, so just before that. So yeah, things, were already a little hectic, but got super chaotic once they have you hooked, right? So once I was legally hooked, shit, started to really go south. And then once our daughter was born, that's when things really shit hit the fan with Dave. But so I was talking to Sandra yesterday. We went to the farmer's market, the Uptown Farmer's Market. Holy crap, biggest farmer's market I've ever been to in my life. And I've seriously never seen such a big farmer's market before. But it was fun. It was really nice to see her and catch up with her. And I was telling her that I kept seeing blue and white, blue and white. So I hadn't noticed until the whole Alabama thing recently that the universe communicates to me via colors. It felt like I leveled up, and all of a sudden I was noticing this. So I kept noticing blue and white, blue and white. And I was like, and then I even noticed a little bit of red, white, and blue. And I was like, well, that's weird. What is that? I don't know. So talking to Sandra and telling her about this, and especially the blue and white, and she was like, what do you mean? How does it communicate to you in colors? She was like, do you see auras now? Like in, oh my goodness, what's the book called? The Insights book. That one. Totally blanking on the name of it. The Celestine Prophecy. There we go. Thank you. And I was like, no, not auras, but it communicates to me in colors. And I was like, I keep seeing blue and white. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, it just could be on like a business van on a. So we're talking and we're standing there and we're talking, and I go like that. And this truck drives by with this blue and white color on it. It was a white truck with like blue writing letter, like a blue logo kind of a thing. And I was like that, Sandra. That's what I'm seeing. so cool that it happened like when I'm talking to her. Like, seriously, like, just beyond cool to be like, that's an example of what I'm talking about. So she goes, well, maybe you should look it up. And I was like, I tried. It was in my calendars. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's something coming up on 2/12. Like, maybe it's something that's going to happen on February 12th, but I don't know. And on the drive home, oh my goodness, what did the license plate say? I forget, but it was definitely talking to, oh no, 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 sorry. I know what it said. I pull out of the because I was like, no, maybe it's not 2011. Maybe it's just, like telling me something's going to happen on 2/12. So I pull out of the farmers market parking lot to head home, and there's a license plate, and then the numbers on it 2011. I was like, okay, I hear you. I will go home and I will look up what happened on 2/12/2011. So I go home and I find in the closet my Dayminder from 2011 and open it up. The very, very, very first thing written, Saturday, February 12th, 2/12/2011, change addresses online. And then sew massage sheet bag. And a whole bunch of other random stuff. Changing my address. Okay, touche, universe. I was not listening. So, what is the blue and white color? What was it trying to tell me? Wait for it. That's right. USPS. Change my address. And what just happened to be sitting right next to the front door that had the magnets in it for advertising, and I thought that my son getting it out was a reminder for me to put the magnets on the car for advertising. But no, they were sitting in this box. Yep, that's right. That was the box they were sitting in. The universe was really trying to get my attention, telling me to change my address, my work address. And I had been missing the hints to do so. First one came from the mailman, who I've never talked to this mailman. I swear, I've never even seen him before. He looks different than any mailman that I've seen. And I was taking Lily for a walk. We were heading out. He was delivering the mail at that time. And he goes, so is the whole business moving? Halos, which was closing. So I told him, how she was moving. And I said, so I'm, I live here. He knows the mail people, my mailman and my UPS guy always know that because I lived 5 minutes from where I used to work, 5 minutes driving, 17 minutes walking. So it's the same mail person, same UPS person. So sometimes they would deliver my mail or packages if I wasn't at the business. Sometimes if it was perishable, they would deliver it to my home address. So they knew. So pretty great that mailman was trying to get me the message of, because he even said, about the different businesses, and I said Serenity Rocks hasn't been in there in a long time. It's Halos and me, OS Physical Therapy, Dr. Jenny, and I said, if there's anything from Halos, you can always deliver it here and I can give it to her. And he was like, well, yeah, except if it's not me, then they won't know. Touche, universe, touche. The universe was telling me, hey, girl, change of address online. Go do it for your business so that when the future mail gets sent to the old address, it gets forwarded to you. I do know there's that one lien outstanding for a significant amount of 20 grand. So yeah, that would be nice to receive that check. Who knows what else is coming? Kind of makes me excited to see. And also, one of my clients was reminding me to make sure that it's the correct address, and so yes, I listened and I changed my address, and I did it for the business name and me, my personal name. Um, Seriously, so cool the way the universe talks to us. It really is like a video game. It's amazing.